Live. So, guys, where are you joining in from? I can see the participants already over here. And we are going to have an amazing webinar tonight. And I can also see Sam has also joined us here. Perfect. So, we've already reached 100 participants. Guys, where are you joining in from? Type in the chat down below. If you can't see the chat, if you can't type in the chat, tell us by raising your hands, then we will enable the chat. People are raising their hands. So I request the team to enable the chat because we are going to get this started. Chat is disabled. Yes. I agree that. I agree with that. Chat is disabled. We are going to enable it right now. And yep, chat is currently enabled right now. And I can see all of you amazing guys joining. From Toronto, Belfast, Quebec, Jamaica, Nepal, Nebraska, Ireland, Italy. Entire world is here. Awesome. So good to see you all here. Sam, can you say hello to all the audience on? Can I actually do the mic test
Hey
we get
guys,
this
how's
started?
it going?
Perfect.
Can you
I
hear
can
me?
hear your voice pretty clearly. I
Awesome.
hope you guys can hear my voice pretty clearly as well. And Colombia, Toronto. May I have many people from Toronto. Go Canada. So Seville, south of Spain, Italy, Germany, Zurich, Spain again. Awesome. Finland. I can also see hearts coming up. I think this is a very new feature where you can just react and all these hearts coming up. So during this entire presentation, if you find any point interesting, just do me a favor and type in those hearts, because I love that. It gives us a signal that, hey, this point we conveyed is really good, really useful for you. Perfect. So yes, people are going thumbs up, hearts, and etc. East Lake, Greater Canvey Island. Awesome. So we are going to start this presentation in the next 60 seconds because it takes time for Zoom to notify people. All are just coming in. So we're going to wait for another 60 seconds before we get this started. And today's presentation, guys, if you've joined in, we're going to have something good for you. Something really valuable because you guys have been showing us a lot of love, especially for Chatsonic. So we decided that, hey, it's time because you guys have also been asking a lot of questions. Questions like, is Chatsonic, how does Chatsonic compare to ChatGPT? Or questions like, what else can I use Chatsonic for? Am I using Chatsonic to its fullest potential? There are a ton of questions like that, and we are here to answer them all and show you how you can use Chatsonic to get the maximum ROI out of your subscription. So we are waiting for another 30 more seconds before we get this started. And until then, I'm going to be looking at all of you who are joining in. Manoj, Alexander, Mary, Lee, Jeff, Francis, Mustafa, Olivia, Bhupal, Yona, Cornelia, Laurie, Kazuhiro, Felipe, Ryan, Monica. Oh my goodness. All your amazing people. I think some of the people who are already here from the previous webinars as well. If you're here from the previous webinar, type in yes or something. I want to see who are our regular people, Ralph is from our previous webinar. Jonathan, no, it's always a first time for everything. I'm glad this is your first webinar with us. Yona, I'm glad too as well, because this is Writesonic's third webinar of this year. And oh boy, we're just getting warmed up. We have a lot of guests coming up for you in our upcoming days and weeks, plus a lot of value planned for you. Topics around SEO, topics around content marketing, topics around generating the most optimized SEO articles, topics around various other copywriting related stuff we have planned for you guys in the coming weeks and months. But today's topic, let's finally get it started. So, and let me get this started. Where am I broadcasting from? Joseph, I'm broadcasting from India. So in 3, 2, 1, I think it's recording. It's live streaming as well. So perfect. Let's officially start this webinar. Hi, guys. My name is Minank. I'm the community manager at Writesonic. And joining us, we have Samanyou Garg, who is the CEO and founder of Writesonic. Today, we are joining live with you because we have two things to say for you. The number one thing is we want to say thanks. Why? Because you guys have been showing a ton of love for us. You guys have been telling your friends about Chatsonic. You guys have been telling many people about Chatsonic. You guys have been reporting bugs about Chatsonic. You guys have been using the tool so much that it's making the tool better and better every single day. We've been getting all your love on our Discord server, our Facebook community, and also many YouTubers are just covering us, and I absolutely love it when people are using Chatsonic and writing, sharing their work with us. Second thing is what we are here for is to help you get the maximum ROI out of Chatsonic, because we've been getting questions as well, a lot of questions like, how can I actually use this for my business? How can I use this for marketing? How can I maybe use this for, I don't know. You guys tell me, right? So we've actually made a list of prompts as well. I'm going to be giving you at the end of this webinar, the prompts that you can use. It's like a sheet. You can just refer all the prompts. The prompts are so many prompts that we have collected and curated. They are ranging from marketing to business to content to web development, for education, for teachers, for music. Yes, many people are generating music and poems using Chatsonic. Many people are using it for art generation as well. Many people are also using it to generate recipes. So a lot of use cases to cover in today's webinar. So Sam, how are you feeling today?
Feeling very excited to be here. I think Chatsonic we launched a couple of weeks back. We have been seeing very good engagement and very good kind of feedback from everyone. So very excited to show you what all you can do with Chatsonic. And then also we'll do some quick Q&A after I show some demos, and then we can also answer your questions on how or what you would like to see in Chatsonic. And maybe in the next webinar, we'll implement those features and we would love to kind of show it back to you.
Perfect, perfect, Sam. With that being said, let's get this webinar started. And before we get started, a couple of ground rules. Number one, use the Q&A section to ask all your questions, because that's where we can track all your questions. With chat, it's just so many people typing so many things and it just gets scrolled away. You know that? That's why please use the Q&A section to type in all your questions, because we would love to take on them. We would love to answer all of them. Noriana, Lawrence, please do ask your questions in the Q&A section, because we're going to miss it if it's in the chat. Second thing is, if you find anything useful, I would say grab a sheet of and a pen and then note it down. Because what's happening is that in this ever-changing world, if you learn how to use AI to your benefit every single day, whether it is for your marketing, whether it is for your business, whether it is for your creative tasks, you can just outsource it directly to the AI. And if you're using it every day, you're saving a lot of time. Use a time tracker. Do this experiment this week. Let me know how much time you saved in the community. All right. So keep all the distractions away, because we're going to tell you how to get the most out of Chatsonic. Over to you, Sam. I think I've spoken enough. And you can just share your screen. I hope you can start sharing your screen.
I can. I'll just share. Let's see.
Just Chatsonic is the new, just Google it. Awesome. Great. So yes, we can see your screen, Sam. Over to you.
Awesome. So very excited to chat with you guys here. So I'll just quickly introduce Chatsonic if some of the people might not know. So Chatsonic is basically an AI-powered chatbot. If you've used ChatGPT, very similar to ChatGPT, but we bypass some of the limitations that ChatGPT has, which one of which is kind of up-to-date content. So if like ChatGPT is restricted to 2021 data, like it can't answer any questions or write any content after that. So that is where we integrate Google inside Chatsonic, and we are able to kind of answer questions or write content on any topic, whether that is from today or 1 week back or whenever you want, essentially. So it has that inherent knowledge base where it knows about almost every single thing. And just here's just like a brief list of things where these are the core features of Chatsonic which we have right now, and then of course we have lots of other things coming up as well. So first, as I just mentioned, we sort of integrate Google within our Chatsonic so that you can get real-time and up-to-date responses. We also integrate DALL-E and Stable Diffusion for image generation. I'll show it to you in a while. Voice commands, so just like how you chat with Siri or Google Assistant, you can kind of do speech to text. So you're talking something, it will kind of draft it down. And then you can also ask Chatsonic to read back the response that it generates. Apart from that, you can, select personalities like, poets or astrologer or translator and so on. And then finally, you can also, edit, copy, download, share. You can open any content that we generate inside Sonic Editor directly, or, you can export as PDF, Word, and so on. So I'll just quickly give a brief tour of the user interface, just so that you're aware of, what all elements we have here. So this is like the Chatsonic app. You can, come here directly from this button where it says Chatsonic. And you'll find this chat text box here. You'll also find like a drop down here where you can choose any personality, as I just mentioned. So if you choose, for example, interviewer, Chatsonic will kind of become an interviewer, and you'll be able to kind of like do a mock interview with it. Or let's say if you choose stand-up comedian, you can ask Chatsonic to come up with different jokes on topics that you want. By default, we set it to general AI, which is what we recommend you set it to if you are, if you want to write any kind of business or professional content or any, answers. So that is like the default general AI. So I'll just leave it there for now. Apart from that, you'll see two more buttons here. So one is include latest Google data. So switching this thing on, it will kind of use Google's knowledge graph to provide factual and up-to-date content. We don't recommend using this for everything because it is a bit costly. So basically use this only for things where you need factual or real-time information. For example, if you wanted to ask like an example here, tell me more about the upcoming Meteor event. So that is where you would use this, because by default, AI won't have an idea about that. Whereas if you're doing something like, write me a landing page copy or a Facebook ad about something, you won't necessarily need Google data there. So I'll just turn it on for now. And then we have this button or switch here called enable memory. So what this helps you do is, if this is turned on, Chatsonic will remember the last two messages in your conversation. So for example, the last messages were about writing some email. It will remember that, and then you can ask follow-up questions on top of that. Currently, we only remember last two questions. Again, this is like a cost factor there, but we are releasing like a new update where you'll be able to kind of choose how many messages you want Chatsonic to remember. And then on the top left corner, these are just some buttons here. We are just launching our Chrome extension. So this is in beta. We haven't even announced it yet. We already have 6,000 users there. Basically, this is like a Chatsonic extension where you can use Chatsonic next to Google or on any website wherever you want to generate content or rephrase or rewrite content. So we'll make a separate webinar for this where we'll show lots of these amazing features that we are planning to build. We are building integrations with Gmail where you can click a button and it will generate a reply to your email, or on Twitter, if there's a Twitter thread, you can ask it to summarize that thread or generate a reply to that thread, and so on. So we'll come back to that. Apart from that, we also have a Twitter bot. If you haven't already tried it out, do try it out. All you need to do is you just tag at Chatsonic AI, and you will be able to use Chatsonic's capabilities on Twitter for free. And we also have a Discord community, which, Meenank, where you can, chat with Meenank. He'll be able to answer any questions. He's very active there, and we kind of answer support requests as well as we take on feature requests, have general discussions as well. So yeah, that's about this section. And then finally, we have a settings section here where you can choose the location where you want your data from. By default, it is United States, but let's say if you want data from UK or Canada or somewhere else, you can choose that. So it will give it will take Google responses from that location. Text to speech, pretty self-explanatory. If you turn that on, any of the responses that come back, the results, Chatsonic will speak those out. And then images. So this is for which model you want to use to generate images. By default, we use Stable Diffusion. You can also use OpenAI's DALL-E if you wish there. And this is like a share button. This I'll show later on once we generate something. All right, so let's get started. So first of all, I'll just take, one of the examples here where I'll use Google, like the Google switch turned on. So I'll just say, tell me about the upcoming Meteor event that is happening this month. So I'll just click on that. It will paste the text here and I'll send it over. Now with Google turned on, it takes a bit of time, about 10 to 15 seconds, because we go to Google, we fetch the relevant information from there, and then we use that to kind of generate an answer to the question. So here, yeah, if you can see, it is writing word by word. And then we also recently added this feature where it adds references to the original blog posts or the pieces of content or articles where it took that content from. Like we don't write the exact content, but basically wherever it took that inspiration from, that is something we kind of mentioned there. So it's still writing, takes a couple of seconds with Google turned on. And additionally, what it does is, each of these references are linked to the original kind of links there. So we'll see in a while. It's a bit slow right now because we have like thousands of users using Chatsonic. But yeah, it should be able to generate quickly. All right, almost there. So I think pretty detailed response. So yeah, if you see, it has written kind of quite a big paragraph there, and it has linked to these articles. So if you open any of those articles, it's like this is inthesky.org, and then AMS meteors.org, and then Fox Weather. So all of them are kind of legit sites. And these three sites, it basically took the information from. So it has added the reference. You can go to those sites and even, ask more information there. Now I can ask a follow-up question over here. So I have the enable memory turned on. If you turn it off, you won't be able to ask follow-up question. It will treat it as a new conversation. But in this case, I have turned it on. Now I can ask it any follow-up question. Like I can ask, will it be, visible in, let's say, United Kingdom. So in this case, what it will do is, based on the previous answer that we had and the information that we got from Google, it will be kind of able to, answer that question. Oops.
I actually love the references feature, that is like, I can check it. And people in the comment section are also telling me that, hey, I love the references are shown with the information. Yes, guys, it's all because of your feedback. We've been working on your feedback. We take your feedback seriously. So yes, you guys asked for references and the references are there.
We just added references like, 2 weeks back. Yeah, so here, if you see, it has answered that question. So, it says it will not be visible in United Kingdom since its radiant point never rises above the horizon. And then again, we have some links here. If you see, these are not kind of like the same links. It has added some different links here because it kind of, again, went to Google, took that information from Google, and then kind of answered that. So yeah, that is for that part. Apart from that, what you can also do is, as I was mentioning about image generation, so this is something that Chatsonic supports as well. So for example, I'll just enter, this prompt where I'm saying, create an HD wallpaper with a super sports, super cool sports car racing on the track. So I'll just send it.
Ferrari. I hope it generates Ferrari, please. That's my favorite. Come on, Chatsonic. Don't let me down. Super cool sports car. Interesting. I'm curious what it's gonna generated.
And here, by default, we use stable diffusion. If you want, you can also use DALI here. It's your preference there.
That's Porsche. Okay.
That's Porsche. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah, I mean, if you specify here Ferrari sports car, then it will of course give you Ferrari there.
Perfect.
And
yes.
yeah, you can also download these images from here. So images is something you can generate, and the more detailed you write your prompt over here, the better image that you will get. So for example, if you write create an HD wallpaper of a Ferrari sports car that is red in color, it will give you just that you've asked for. So that is one more thing. Now let's try generating some copy. So let's say if we wanted to generate a Facebook ad copy, so I can say something like, write a, exactly as you would say. So write a Facebook ad copy for the launch of Chatsonic's, let's say our Chrome extension. I'll turn on memory because I'll ask some follow-up questions there. And for this, I won't turn on Google because I don't need to go to Google to fetch data. The AI already knows about Chatsonic. So I'll just send it over.
Have you guys already tried the Chrome extension? If not, you should definitely try it out because it's already live. Some of you guys have not heard about Chrome extension. When I keep talking to you, they're like, okay, you guys have a Chrome extension too. Yes, we do. So do try the Chrome extension out.
Right. So here, yeah, if you see it kind of wrote the ad copy for the Chrome extension of Chatsonic. Now, what you can also do is within the same, because I have memory turned on, so I can say rewrite the above and add lots of emojis. So if I wanted to add emojis there, I can just specify that. Oops.
Is that like a Chrome extension hack to include emojis in the description?
Emojis and the lots of other things you can do. So for example, if you wanted to include some keyword there, you can say something like rewrite the above and include the keyword, let's say Chrome extension or Google, let's say. So you can kind of add those things in the prompt as well. Apart from that, you can do something like, for example, if you wanted to totally paraphrase it in a funny tone of voice or in a maybe like some other tone of voice. So that is something you can do as well. You can say, just rewrite the above in this tone of voice, and it will be able to kind of do that for you.
Love it. Love it. Because I usually employ this casual tone while generating my copies, while generating announcements. I don't want to make it sound too professional. So I like that tonality feature also, guys. If you haven't been using that tone, you can specify that tone, guys.
Yeah, tone is very kind of important, one of the most asked features as well. So definitely very useful. So apologies for the, it's kind of a bit slow right now because we're getting like a lot of traffic on the site. We're working on upgrading our servers. But yeah, here, if you see, I just resent that same prompt, and it took this and it kind of added emojis to that. If you see, the content is still the same, but it added emojis, everywhere, like lots of different ones. And if you see, the emojis are quite relevant. So it mentioned, plus it's totally free, and it added that dollar, smiling dollar emoji there.
Damn. Nice.
All right. So that was about that. Now what I'll do is we just prepared a couple of different prompts just for this demo, where we'll showcase a couple of different use cases that you can do with Chatsonic. So for example, starting with SEO, a lot of our audience wants to do SEO or marketing. So that is where, some of the things you can do is, for example, I'll just copy this one. So generate a list of 10 keyword ideas on the topic AI writer for businesses, students, and freelancers. So this is something you can use to come up with keyword ideas if you wanted to, do the keyword research or come up with some keywords for a blog post or a piece of content that you're writing. So I'll send that over. And what this will do is, of course, it will come back with a couple of keyword ideas there. And as you can see, kind of wrote 10 of them: AI writing software, AI content generators, AI writing analytics, AI powered writing platforms. Came up with 10 ideas related to AI writer. Now what we can do is, send a follow-up question there. Now, let's say if you wanted to kind of do topic kind of clustering there. So what you can do is, add a follow-up question there. So, and I have memory turned on, if you see. So I can say, cluster this list of keywords, the output keywords that we got according to funnel stages. So, in marketing, you have the top of the funnel, bottom of the funnel, and also the middle of the funnel. So here I'm just saying cluster this list of keywords into these 3 funnel stages. So let's send that over. And basically it classifies each of those keywords into the relevant kind of buckets, like top of the funnel, bottom or middle.
That's actually a smart way to classify, because we are always trying to see, okay, which kind of article we need to write, which kind of funnel we need to target. And here AI itself is doing all the job. Like top of the funnel, yeah, it's writing solutions process, writing assistance. Middle of the funnel, it's writing tools, writing software. And bottom of the funnel, I think it'll be around content creation or something. So
it's still loading. Yeah. But here, if you see, so it wrote, the heading top of the funnel keywords, and these 4 keywords come under top of the funnel. Middle of the funnel, you have these AI writing tools, software generators, and then bottom of the funnel, you have still writing.
I think it's still generating. Yeah.
Yeah. Bottom of the funnel, you have content
Yeah.
creation, writing analytics, and AI powered writing platforms there. So yeah, that's one of the SEO use cases there. Another one is, let's say if you wanted it to kind of come up with a comprehensive backlinking strategy. So that is something you can say, and every time you say something, you always start with like an action there. So for example, give me a comprehensive backlinking strategy for ranking my blog post for this specific keyword. Quick 2-3 tips here. So I'll send it until then. So basically here, always kind of start with an action verb there, like, create this or give me this. If you say something like, can you do this, or can you make me a backlinking strategy or something like that, it usually doesn't tend to, give you the exact thing. It will try to answer it like a question instead of, giving you the exact thing that you asked for. So basically what we recommend is you start with an action verb there and then ask it specifically, like, create this strategy, or, create this image, or write something. So that is one quick tip there. Another thing is that if you are talking about some keywords or some specific things, topics, and that kind of stuff, kind of put that in these quotes. If you put it in double quotes, that kind of gives it a bit more preference to, take that as a keyword and then, do something on top of that. So yeah, kind of use these quotations to focus on a specific piece of text there. So yeah, here it kind of spit out like a comprehensive backlinking strategy. So it's saying first identify the websites in your niche using tools like, SEMrush and Moz and all that. Next, prioritize quality, create content, and then use social media platforms and automated tools like, Ahrefs and all that is also talking about. So kind of gave a backlinking strategy there. And just as before, you can also ask follow-up questions again and, ask it to do something or come up with something more based on the previous response that it gave. So that was the other thing. Similarly, let's say if you wanted to write a guest blog post, you can say something like, write a super engaging and creative outreach email to a content marketer on the topic. Again, as you see, I put this in quotes, AI writing. And then within the email, I also gave one more instruction. So not just one instruction, you can give 2 instructions to the AI as well. So you can say now within the email, include 5 catchy topic suggestions for our guest blog post as well. So yeah, that is one other kind of example there. Now, this is another very kind of cool one. So what I'll do is, I have this TechCrunch article open where, Apple executives talk about M2 chips. So I'll just copy it and I'll turn Google on and I'll say, just summarize this, and I'll give it that link. So what Chatsonic will do here is it will kind of go to Google, it will find kind of information about that specific topic, that link that you gave it, and it will try to kind of summarize that here. Now, one thing what you can do on top of this is you can also say, convert this into a Twitter tweet, let's say. So what this will do is it will take the summary or, whatever information you got, and will convert that into a tweet here. So yeah, if you see, so 2-line tweet, it also added some hashtags there. So a lot of things you can do with links. One other example is same link. I'll just paste it here, and then I'll directly say, write a social media post on this. So yeah, it's writing. So yeah, directly it kind of took it and kind of rephrased it and turned it into like a short social media post. A lot of things you can do with links. You can also do kind of, things like you can say, analyze the meta tags of this post and give me some suggestions, and lots of different kind of ideas you can play around with in terms of links as well. Apart from that, I think someone in the chat was mentioning a while back about transcripts and doing sort of kind of using videos or audio as input for Chatsonic. So that is something we are coming up with soon as well, where you would be able to kind of upload, let's say, some video or some audio essentially, and from that you will be able to get the transcript or convert that into a blog post or a social media post. So that all also we are kind of bringing very, very soon as well. All right. Now, just some examples for marketing. So, for example, you wanted to make a social media calendar for, you had a fitness app. So, I just wrote craft a 1-month social media campaign calendar for my fitness app with the goal to increase the user base and mention the relevant channels to focus. So very specific instruction I've given here. Here I've specified craft. You can use any other action verb as well. Like you can say create as well to do the job. And the more specific you are, for example, here I mentioned my fitness app and then also mentioned the goal, which is to increase the user base, then it will kind of try to answer in a more specific way rather than giving you some general instructions there. So again, for this one, we don't need Google or memory really. So I'll just turn those off and then I'll just send it to Chatsonic.
This is going to be exciting. Goals. Wow. This is actually making an entire report, generating all the channels. The social media thing especially excites me because it's going so detailed. Like when to launch the trailer, when to launch the teaser, when to highlight the features of the app, when to go with the user generated content. This is what I used to do few 2 to 3 years ago for brands, and all of this, of course, I'm speechless. Wow. This is amazing. For people who don't know marketing, this is so useful. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, if you don't know copywriting, you don't know, about some of the marketing aspects. So as you can see here, it came back with the goals, channels, like it's mentioning Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, also explore Pinterest and Reddit. Calendar, again, week-wise calendar for the whole month, weeks 1 to 4. And then first month, create a teaser video. Second month, launch trailer, user-generated content, then ads and stuff as well it mentioned. So that is, one bit. You can also ask it to come up with like a plan for your blog, like, come up with 10 topic ideas that I should focus on this week for my, let's say, fitness blog. So that kind of stuff you can also try out here. Prompts, usually the writing style stays the same. You just kind of focus on some keywords or change the context there and should be able to kind of pick up quite easily there. Let's try one more. So here, what we are saying is generate 5 pointers for the key market segments in the fitness industry. So we are identifying, the key market segments and which one represents the biggest opportunity for our mobile app that helps track fitness goals. So again, very specific instruction. I started with an action verb there, and then I kind of gave it details about my industry, which is the fitness industry. And then I also mentioned about my mobile app that helps users track their fitness goals. So that gives a bit more context to Chatsonic, and it is able to come back with, very specific content there. So yeah, for the market segments, it chose women over 45, millennials, men over 45, high income earners, and those with limited mobility. So yeah, I mean, it came back with exactly what we asked for. Let's try one more. So here, this is an interesting one. Here, what we are doing is we're asking it to work on some marketing metrics. So for example, you have spent $100 on a marketing campaign, and as a result, you got 5 clicks or like 5 customers. Then what would be the customer acquisition cost? And we are saying, provide step-by-step process for the same, like how it calculates and does that. So just paste that in.
There's actually an interview question, and I feel this is like whenever the interviewer asks you, like, yeah, in the marketing campaign, and then just slowly type into Chatsonic, and this is great, actually.
Yeah. So it defines the formula first, and then it kind of mentioned that the CAC would be 100 by 5, that's $20. And then the step-by-step process for that, calculate the total cost, divide the total cost by number of customers, and then the result would be your customer acquisition cost. So yeah, this is something you can do as well. And then this one I already showed you, turn this blog post into a social media, post. That is something as I just showed you, like a social media, and you can do also email. So like you can take a blog post and say, can you turn this blog post into an email or a video script? So a lot of things you can do, especially with links here. Now, one thing, I don't know if there are any coders here, if there are any programmers, you can use Chatsonic for programming as well. So let's say if you wrote some piece of code, in this case, I'll just take this sample JavaScript snippet. You can just paste that in. Usually, if you're writing code, you should put like 3 ticks there. So, like that. So if you put 3 ticks, that basically tells the model, the AI model, that this piece of code, this piece of text is a code. So just put that, and it also helps make it, like format it properly based on the language. So here, what I'm doing is find the bug with this code, and I've done the 3 ticks. It's not rendering here properly, the 3 ticks, but I've just put 3 ticks, and then I've put like some sample code here. I'll click the send button. So it automatically formatted that, if you see. And then it kind of specifies, what is wrong with the code here. And below that, it will also give you a fixed kind of version of that code as well.
I think it's pretty useful for explaining the concepts. Like, I think it can also find bugs in the code, explains the concept, whether it is coding or whether it is marketing. So I think it's a very good tool for your personal learning as well.
It is. So it kind of helps, you can, whenever you're getting stuck, you can ask it to, help out with the next part of the code, or you can also find bugs in your code as well. So next, what I'll do is, let's try preparing an outline for a presentation deck. So I've just written the same thing again, write the outline of I've just specified the number here. So if you want a specific set of things like a number there, you should specify that. So I've just say, written, write the outline of a 10-page slide deck on this topic. Again, quotations, how AI is changing the content marketing industry. And again, quotes, closing quotes. I'll send it back. And yeah, it's basically writing the outline for that. By the way, quick pointer on that, we are also working on something called Writesonic, which will be, we'll be releasing out very soon.
Wow.
So if you would like something like that, if you would like to do a beta trial of that, do post in the comments. And just to give you an overview, what you will be able to do essentially on Google Slides, you'll be able to kind of have this kind of embedded feature where, it will give you a pop-up. It will ask you which topic you want to write the deck on, how many slides you want, which tone you want, and then, some other options, like if you want to include any images, AI generated images, or sort of like royalty-free images from sites like Unsplash and Pexels and so on. And you click a button, it will, within a couple of seconds, it will come back with the entire deck that you can, either use as it is, or you can also kind of, fine tune and further improve on as well.
Absolutely.
So I think, yeah, you
We've
should also
just
see
a poll on Writesonic, and converts text to slides, guys. We're just revealing it right now in the webinar. And this is the new thing that we've been working on, especially for people who create slides, who create presentations. And this is the one for you. So what now? Would you like to see such a tool or feature? And since you guys are already in the chat asking for beta testing and everything, I would say reach out to us on Discord. You can see the Discord logo on the top beside Chatsonic.
That's here. So
Click
would
that.
recommend you guys to join Discord. We are very active on Discord. We take in feedback and suggestions on any new features. We also give out kind of early access to new features to some of our power users there. So do join the Discord group, and we would love to kind of have you there.
I can also see some Discord users already here. This is Joseph. You guys have been asking a ton of questions already in Discord, making use of the playground channel, where it's a separate channel, guys. You just join Discord and you'll get to know how you can use. There's a ton of surprises inside Discord for you. Yeah.
Just one more example here. So what I've done here is, let's say some, recent kind of product was announced. For example, iPhone, 14 Pro was announced. Let's imagine that. You can ask it to write comparison blog posts or paragraphs or any other pieces of content. So like here, I've just said compare the iPhone 14 Pro with the 13 Pro, and here it kind of listed down all the features and all, and added proper references there, and even the Apple site as well. And yeah, so you'll be able to kind of create these comparison blog post reviews of some certain products, technical guides. So all that we are also building like a prompt library here as well. So you'll be able to kind of use other people's prompts, and you'll be able to kind of share your own prompts so other people can use it as well. And then of course we'll have our Writesonic Chatsonic kind of editor choice prompts as well, so that you can see and use the best prompts that people are working on and take advantage of that. So that was about the general AI mode. I'll just very quickly jump into the personality bit. So here, as I just mentioned, you can choose between these different personalities. I know some people ask for other personalities as well. So what we'll do is we'll add like a feedback button over here, or you can tell us on Discord as well which personalities you see missing here, and we'll kind of try to add that as soon as possible. So just an example here. Let's say I chose poet. Now I can say something like, tell me a poem about, love, or I can say, tell me a poem about marketing, let's say. And what this will do is it acts as an actual poet, and it tries to generate content specific to that personality or persona over there.
Sam, I thought Valentine's Day is around the corner. You just backspace love and input marketing in it. Good, but guys, you can use it to generate poems about love, because Valentine's Day is just around the corner. I think in another week or so, you can use Chatsonic to generate pickup lines. You can use Chatsonic to generate quotes, and of course, poems. You say, people in the comments are like, you saved me for Valentine's. Awesome.
So yeah, as you saw there, I chose poet there and kind of wrote a poem. Similarly, let's say, we can do something like, travel guide. And here you can say something like, what are some of the hidden gems to explore in London, let's say, and it will answer it just like an expert travel guide would do.
People in London, confirm us if these are the places you want a new person visiting London to go. Are these the hidden gems? Have you ever been? I know some people are watching this from London, so let us know. Interesting.
All right. So yeah, I mean, just like that, we have a couple of other ones, as I mentioned. You can do translations, you can do kind of jokes, you can, if you're feeling a bit demotivated, you can ask the motivational coach to kind of give you some ideas there, or cheer you up. So lots of things you can do there. I think, yeah, that's kind of about it. We are working on some other features that we'll be having another webinar, and we'll be announcing them very soon. And apart from that, the Chatsonic Chrome extension still in beta, but would definitely recommend that you kind of try it out. Some of the other advanced features like the Gmail and the Twitter and LinkedIn bit that I mentioned, that is coming soon, but you should be able to kind of use still use Chatsonic anywhere that you kind of want there. So yeah, I think that's about it. I think we can open up the Q&A session, taking some
100%.
questions.
100%. So first, I'll be pasting the Chatsonic Chrome extension link in the chat, guys, because some of you are like, okay, where is this? I can't find. So I've just pasted in the chat for you guys to access it. Open it in new tab, and let's answer all the questions. But before we get on to the questions, guys, how was this webinar for you? Was it useful? Just let us know in the chat. Yes or no. Yes, those emojis are coming in again. Love it. Love it. Yes, 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 yes. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So good to.
Okay, we have another poll.
Yes. Guys, do answer this poll because we collect all your feedback, and using this feedback, we just discuss every day and generate the the tool based on what you like. From the references, that was based on your feedback, and now the AI art generation inside Chatsonic, that was again based on your feedback. The free word generations every day, that's again based on your feedback. So we are all hands-on with your feedback. So do vote in the chat. And in the meanwhile, I'm going to be looking at the Q&A section, and I'm going to be answering all the questions.
How about we take one by one from the top there and kind of answer those?
Perfect. So will Chatsonic give more than 2,000 words in output? That's the very first question. Yeah.
Right. So this is something we are kind of adding very soon. So basically, under settings, you'll have the option to choose between kind of short and long lengths there. So if you want to kind of save on costs or save on your word credits, you can use the short one, or if you want to write a blog post, a social media post or smaller pieces of content, you can use that. And then for longer pieces of content, you can definitely use our kind of the longer option there and get longer responses up to like, I don't know about 1,000 word, 2,000 words, but definitely 1,000 to 1,500 words. That is something that we are adding. We might also be adding, so AI article writer 4.0, that's like, one of our most popular features. So I think we might add a kind of like a native integration for that as well, where you can say something like write a blog post and it will use article writer 4.0 to come up with like an SEO optimized blog post for you.
Perfect.
So I hope that answers the question.
Absolutely. And we have had multiple questions around how the word count works with the premium subscription.
Right. So the way it works right now, we are still experimenting this out. But the way it works is whether you are a paid user or a free user, currently you get about 25 free generations per day. So that is, something that you get there. If you use, like Google turned on or the memory option turned on, you're charged kind of double there just because it costs us a lot more, in comparison to the normal mode. But yeah, once you use up those 25 generations, like with the paid plans, just like you use, any of our other Writesonic features like article writer or Facebook ads or, whatever other tool, we basically charge you based on the number of premium words that you generate. So if you see here on the bottom right corner, by default, let's say you have used your free generations and you're generating some content. If you have Google and memory both turned off, then we charge you 1/4 times the number of words that you get in the output. So for example, if you generated 1,000 word blog post using Chatsonic, we'll only charge you 1/4 of that, which is 250 words if Google and memory are turned off. Whereas if any of those things are turned on, then we, if you see, it kind of doubles there. So basically we charge you half the number of words that you got in your output. So that's how it works. It's a bit complex, but we are looking to kind of simplify it it even further. Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. So another simple question, is this a free service or we have to purchase? We do offer a free trial for you to check it out. So you can sign up with Writesonic.com and check this out. And if you feel this tool is helping you out, which I'm sure it will, you can subscribe for the plans. So next question that we have is are there extensions for browsers other than Chrome?
Yeah, so not yet, but when we are releasing the final version, like right now it's still in beta, but in a week we are releasing the final version. That's when we'll also launch. Once that is launched, within a day or so, we'll also launch a Firefox extension as well as a Microsoft Edge extension as well. Are those two kind of browsers that you would like to have, or are there any other browser that you guys would like us to support as well? So do let us know that.
I think Firefox covers the most of the part. And the next question is, this is the one question that's been coming out a lot. And James, that is basically like, could you demonstrate the make your own AI tool? I'm not sure how to use it effectively. James, the first thing is I'm making a video. It's going to come out tomorrow on our YouTube channel. We'll be posting it everywhere in our community as well. A lot of questions around the make your own AI tool. So we'll be definitely be releasing a video tomorrow. So keep an eye on that.
Right.
And how do we request for personalities? Can you add engineer personality out there? Very interesting. Very interesting.
As I mentioned, you can request on our Discord channel. We'll also maybe add like a quick feedback button here where you can ask as well. But yeah, we'll add more personalities there. Yeah.
Perfect. And next question is about Writesonic beta testing, guys. Do talk to me, come to the Discord channel, and we will get you sorted with Writesonic. We are excited for you to try it out, by the way, because we all use it for presentations. So how does, next question is, can I add my own data to Chatsonic and have it answer questions based on the text I gave it?
So that is
Ali.
something, yeah, that is something we get a lot of feature requests about. So that is something we are definitely considering. So not yet, but very soon, I think we might bring that feature where you can upload your own documents and you can do 2-3 things there. Either you can, query it, you can ask certain questions in natural language, or you can also, generate new content, which looks like your, the document that you just uploaded. So very soon we are kind of planning that out. So very soon we'll be releasing that. Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. Next question is by Yona, and I would like to take this because I personally can relate with this one.
Sure,
this one says, how are you addressing the problem AI generated text is facing with all this AI text doctors, like about plagiarism? Will Chatsonic have a feature to make text sound like it was written by a human? So I would like to take the first part, and second part, Sam would answer it. I actually used the, I input the text in a tool called Originality. It is currently the #1 tool to detect plagiarism and everything. And when I took it from the AI article writer, especially when writing article, it says 0% plagiarism. Yes, you can try it out yourself in the plagiarism tool. Check it out because we've done our test and it is plagiarism free if you're using the AI article writer 4.0 for your articles. Other than that, Sam, would you like to take the second part, which is, will Chatsonic have a feature to make the text sound like it was written by a human?
So I mean, it already kind of makes it sound like a human. If you mean like more like a specific human, like in the writing style of a specific person, like I don't know, Shakespeare or Einstein or someone, that is something. Yeah, we can add it. Or in the prompt itself, you can specify, like, let's say if you were writing a social media post, so you can say something like, write a social media post in the writing style of Shakespeare, let's say. And that should do the job for you. If it doesn't, do let us know and we can kind of build something around that.
Perfect, perfect. And what languages can Chatsonic handle?
So currently, the major one out of the box that we're supporting is English, but a lot of the other European languages as well, like Spanish, French, German, Italian, a couple of other ones as well. Chatsonic should be able to kind of answer that. So either you can give your prompt in that language, or you can, say something like, write this is this in this language, and then Chatsonic should be able to easily handle that.
Perfect. Can we use this chatbot on our website to help answer visitors' questions? And is there an API for that?
API is something we do have. So we do have the API. Meenak, if you have the link, maybe if you can just post it there, or any further team members. Yeah,
absolutely.
So yeah, API we do have, and using the chatbot on your site, that is something that is in the works. So we'll kind of do an announcement around that when you'll be able to kind of take Chatsonic, train on your own data, and then use it on your own site, just like whether that is for customer experience or for an internal kind of chatbot or whatever else. So you will be able to do that very soon. Yeah.
Perfect. Guys, we have pasted the API link in the chat so you can have a look at it, because there's a ton of questions regarding API. Yes, we do offer an API. You can check it out. And we are going to the next question, where will it be integrated with Outlook to generate response to emails? That's an interesting request, Jeff.
Outlook as in Microsoft Outlook, right?
Yes, yes.
So Outlook, currently we are not planning yet. We are starting with Gmail, because Gmail is like, the most popular email client out there. So we are starting with Gmail, but if we get enough feature requests there, we might be able to do, the same on Outlook as well. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. And next question is about API. Again, we have answered the question about API. Besides personalities, would it be possible to create expertise? For example, choose the expertise of a lawyer, medical doctor, accountant, scientist, meteorologist, etc.
It's the same thing, I would say. So if you are using a personality, it would kind of write exactly like and use the same knowledge or the same experience as like a scientist or a whatever personality that you're choosing there.
Perfect. And Roman asks, how do I use Chatsonic to summarize larger pieces of text like a 30-page PDF?
That is something, as I mentioned before, that is something we are kind of adding in in about 2 weeks. So essentially you'll be able to upload your document, and based on that, then you can ask it to do certain actions like summarize it, or answer some question, or do a couple of other actions on top. So that is something not yet supported, but we're adding very soon.
Yes, yes. And this question is asked by Manoj. Will there be a mobile app in the future? The mobile app actually exists, Manoj, right now. There is a Chatsonic mobile app. If you're on the Play Store, Android ecosystem, just go to the Play Store, search for Chatsonic, and you never
We even
know, you
have
might find it.
100,000 downloads there. So
yeah,
we silently launched that a couple of weeks back, the Android app. iOS one, we are still waiting for Apple. It's a pain to get it approved by Apple. So we're still waiting there, but that one should be live very soon as well. But yeah, in the meanwhile, if you have an Android phone, you should be able to go and use that there. You just search for Chatsonic on the Play Store and you should be able to find it out.
perfect, perfect. And many are asking questions about the prompts and how can we use Chatsonic to study better and think more critically. To answer this question, Noriana, I'm pasting a link in the chat. Here's where we have given all the prompts that you can check. It's visible to you right now. We have collected over 100 plus prompts, 150, I guess. So go ahead and check out those prompts. Try out those prompts one by one. You also categorize those prompts based on your own use case, marketing, business, SEO, and maybe others. Do check it out. All is it in the description down below. Perfect, perfect. So moving on to the next question, guys, a lot of questions. We'll do the one final comparison between Chatsonic and ChatGPT because there are at least 5 questions based on that. Sam.
Right. So a couple of points there. First of all, ChatGPT and Chatsonic, inherently they use the same knowledge base and the same kind of information. So whatever you use in ChatGPT, same thing you'll find in Chatsonic as well. But on top of that, we have certain added benefits there, where first the most important one being that Google integration there. So essentially what we do is we go to Google, we find the most relevant results or the most relevant blog posts or articles about a topic that you want to write on, and then we consume that information, then use that to come up with some new piece of content there. So that is kind of like one of the main kind of points there. Apart from that, second thing is the image generation bit that we showed you with that car example. Third thing we also do is we have this voice functionality where you can do text to speech and speech to text. And then apart from that, we are also adding kind of integrations with Writesonic's other content kind of features. So for example, if you wanted to do articles, you can generate SEO optimized articles, through Chatsonic itself, or, some of the other things that we have as well. And then in the coming 1 or 2 weeks, there's a lot of very exciting stuff coming up. So you should stay tuned for that. Yeah, I think those are some of the points. Apart from that, there's other things like we have a Chrome extension that you can use with the same plan or the same account. You can use the mobile app, you can use the API as well. So a bunch of different things there. I think we have a blog post that you can see where we kind of compare Writesonic with all of these different tools. Like I think someone just mentioned, Perplexity AI and all of these
and all that. Yes.
So we do have a blog post where we compare with like I think 10 or 15 different ChatGPT like tools. So you should check that out. Yeah.
Perfect. Moving on to the next question, and it is by Ricardo. Build my own AI. The video is coming out tomorrow. Ricardo, video is coming out tomorrow. We want to show this in a video because that's where I feel you're gonna get answers to most of your questions. Add a female personality, 42, 47-ish. Feedback noted. Tanya, our team is noting the feedback. Thank you so much. But otherwise, do give your feedback and suggestions in the Discord channel. And businessman personality, yes. Please give the suggestion in the Discord channel. We would love to work on it. Any ETA for Writesonic? Tanis, you can sign up for the beta and you're going to get it faster and sooner than everybody else. Moving on to the next question. Is there a chat session for folks new to Writesonic? I will be using that more probably, but all are great modern day features. I'm still pretty new to the AI stuff. So anonymous attendee, I think you haven't revealed your name here. So we have tutorials on our YouTube. You can just go to our YouTube channel and watch all our tutorials. Plus we have our communities both on Facebook and Discord. You can just pose your questions wherever you're comfortable. And we would love to help you get the most out of this AI stuff. Yes, initially when you're new, it might be overwhelming. A lot of options out there, a lot of prompts to work out with, but we're here to help you out in every step of the way. Moving on to the next question. This one is fix the login. I always want to stay signed in. It requests password every single day. I sometimes, what about this, Sam? Yeah.
Not every single day, I would say. If it is requesting every single day, maybe there's some issue there, maybe with your ad blocker or maybe on our side. We'll check that out. So if you can just reach out to the support. But usually we have like a 2-week window there. So for 2 weeks, if you just sign in once, you shouldn't have the need to sign in again in the next 2 weeks. So that is, how we have right now. So yeah, 2 weeks, not 1 day. Yeah.
Perfect. And would you consider adding different types of image generation, like specifically for logo designs?
That is something we do have in our roadmap, like where you can choose between different templates, like you want logos or maybe social media or blog images and that kind. There's no ETS for that, but definitely something that we are considering. Yeah.
Perfect. And Ricardo, your question is regarding tonality. Yes, you can use an experiment with tonality like sarcasm, etc. It will be useful for your humoristic side. Absolutely.
All right. I think last 2-3 questions, if we can take, Meena.
Absolutely. So are the word limits on a rolling monthly basis, or does the word count start over at the beginning of the month? So Shannon, the question is like, the answer is really simple. It resets based on the day you purchase it. Let's say you purchase it on 6th Jan. It resets for you on 6th Feb. I hope that answers your question, Shannon. And the last question is about, guys, last question. What do we pick?
Let's pick something we haven't answered.
I tried to use Italian language. Chatsonic is able to understand, but I think it struggles a bit. And is there any WordPress plugin coming soon? Yes, these are the 2 questions.
All right. So about the Italian language, so if you just specify, I'm not sure if you have specified in the prompt itself that, write it in Italian or something like that. If you do that, it should be able to answer it in Italian. If you're still not able to do that, do kind of ping us on support or on our Discord channel as well, and we'll share a prompt that should do the job there. And second question regarding the WordPress plugin, we do have a WordPress plugin for Writesonic where any article that you generate using our article writer tool or our Sonic editor feature, both of them integrate with Writesonic, and just with one click you should be able to export the content, whether that is to your wordpress.org site or to your wordpress.com site. So both of them we do support. Integration with Chatsonic we don't have yet, but what you can do is basically take the content that you have on Chatsonic, paste it on our article writer, make some changes there if you want, and then kind of click a button and it would kind of export it to your WordPress site.
Awesome. With that, we have come to the end of this session. And if the one last question, I'm going to take this. It's like, do you have any specific student version pricing for students? Yes, do ping us on our Discord. We verify, and then yes, there is specific pricing for that. So that's it for today's webinar. I hope this session was really useful for you. And we've shared all the resources in the chat section, our prompts list, our Chrome extension, and you can also join our communities and request new features, give us suggestions, and just help around, play with Writesonic bot, the Chatsonic bot inside Discord. There's just a lot of fun waiting for you inside the Discord server. So do join the Discord server. And yes, this replay will be sent to you for those of you guys who joined in at the later point, and you might have missed the previous sections. So thank you so much for joining. And Sam, thank you so much for presenting us the different use cases. And
thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate you sticking, for, until almost the end of the webinar. We almost still have more than 130 people. So very cool to see that. And do keep checking out your inboxes. We have very cool things and features that we are launching in the next 2 weeks. And basically we'll be doing like series of launches, like every 2 days, you'll be seeing, some new launches there. So do keep a lookout on your, inbox, and we'll be kind of doing another webinar very soon. So thank you very much for joining once again, and have a good rest of your day, your evening and night. Take care.
Thank you so much, guys. Take care.